Hi, I'm Zero, and this is What If Naruto was a Senju Part 1. We start off our story while someone is running towards a home, and that person is bleeding and he's carrying a blonde child that's crying. When that person goes towards the home, that person knocks on the door, and two people comes out. That person says, I'm please take my son. I'm being chased and I will die. Please take my son. I am Hiyashi Senju, and this is Minato. Senju, please take him. I don't have much time. The two people that came out, the man, the wife of the husband. What? Why did I say that? The husband will come and take the baby and nod and close the door, and the person will run off, and few ninjas behind him. The wife and her husband were trying to have a baby for a long time, but they could not. But they think maybe they should adopt him. So that they will adopt uh, Minato Namikaze. They will tell Minato that he's a Senju at the age of 5. While he's going towards the academy. When they tell him that he's a Senju, your father left you to us because he was dying. Minato would nod because he would be much more mature than other kids around him. So after that, before Minato can join the academy, there was still a week left. Let's just say, in the week, Minato's both of his parents would be killed in a enemy by enemy ninja attack. The enemy ninja. So that happens. So now Minato is an orphan. He knows that he is a Senju. So everything will go the same. Minato will still fall for Kushina because of her red hair. But this time, both of them will still fall for each other. But this time, they have a weird connection towards each other that they can't tell. But Minato thinks it's because he's in Senju and she's in Uzumaki, and Senju and Uzumaki are relative, kind of. And so, after several years, Kushina would be pregnant and they will name their child Naruto. Naruto Senju or Uzumaki. And so Jiraiya knows that Minato is a Senju, and Hiruzen knows Minato is a Senju, and Kakashi knows Minato is a Senju. Rin also knew that Kakashi is a Senju, but Rin died. Yeah, Rin still dies. Kakashi is Kakashi is a little bit more stronger because this time he had a sensei who was a Senju, and his taijutsu would be a little bit more higher than original. And when it comes to Minato, well, Minato has almost 2 times more chakra what he did in the original. He's more stronger, more faster. He's still known as the Yellow Flash of the Leaf because Minato naturally has yellow hair. And so now we cut to the Kyuubi attack. The point Obito or Toby takes Naruto. Everything goes the same, but this time Naruto fought Obito much more easier and much more brutal fashion. Obito gotten more damage, like several broken bones and several torn muscles. Uh, Minato can easily use his flying Thunderbolt barrier to teleport the tail beast form, and he can summon Gamabunta quite easily. He's not even too much winded by summoning Gamabunta. And so everything go the same. Naruto was still gonna get stabbed while Minato was performing a different kind of sealing jutsu. But while he's being, Minato sees that Kyuubi's claw is about to stab Naruto. Kushina and Minato will do the same thing what they did in the original. Minato knew that he will die now, even if he had the chakra to seal uh, the QB without the Reaper Death Seal, but he thinks, what's the point? So he will just use the Reaper Death Seal and seal half of the QB in him and half of the in Naruto. Naruto did have more chakra, but Minato did the same thing what he did in the original. But this time, he gave more of Kushina's chakra, and he gave his own chakra in the first seal where Kushina's chakra is. But he also added a little bit of more chakra outside of the actual seal that will appear exactly 4 years from now, a time limit type of thing. And so everything will go the same. Hiruzen knows that Naruto is part Senju and Uzumaki, half Senju and Uzumaki, but he won't still won't take him in. Everything will go everything the same. And this time Naruto is not like he fights back. Everyone if anyone tries to hit him, he will fight back. He always does. That's why he's a little more hated because uh, once a drunken girl tried to call him demon and try to hit him, Naruto punched her in the nose, breaking it. Because he is both Senju and Uzumaki, so he does have superhuman strength. He has the Uzumaki chakra and Senju body. And Senju and Uzumaki genes are kind of meant to go together. So yeah, he's quite strong. He's more chakra than anyone than what he did originally. Almost 2 times more chakra what he did originally. Even chakra greater than a full Uzumaki. And so everything will go the same until Naruto is 4 and he's being bullied or punched by someone from the academy, someone who just went into the academy. He's being punched and Naruto punches him back, picks up a stone and hits the kid with it. The second kid punches Naruto in the jaw, knocking him out, and the kid ran away. Both of them. So while that happened, Naruto is only unconscious for a few minutes, but in that few minutes, Naruto wakes up in a strange place, a sewer perhaps. He hears a voice, Naruto goes towards the voice, and that's Minato. Naruto is like, "Who are you?" Because right now Naruto does not know about the fourth Hokage. He says, I am Minato Namikaze, I am the fourth Hokage, and I am also your father. And then Minato would tell him how I'm a Senju, your mother was a full Uzumaki and everything, and tell him about the tailed beast and everything, and tell him that there's a place I built called Namikaze Compound. I want you to go there and put make your hand a little draw a little bit of blood and put it on the door. The door will open. Go in. There will be a library where you can read and grow stronger. Naruto would nod. He's quite happy to see his father. His personality is similar to Tobirama's, and so he's quite serious. And so Naruto goes to that place after waking up. He's already completely healed because his healing capability is much more higher than original because Senju natural healing, Uzumaki natural healing enhanced by both sides and adding that with QB healing, yeah, he's quite amazing in his own regeneration. Naruto will go there, do what Minato told him, go towards the library, read about Senju history and Uzumaki history, a book, Senju and Uzumaki, the title of the book was. Nato read about the Senjus, what are Senjus, that Senjus were known as the clan of 1,000 skills. They have a Kengenkai called Wood Style. They have superhuman strength and they have a pretty strong life force. And Uzumaki clan, the clan of longevity, the clan was known for chakra, their chakra pool, and extremely long lifespan, even longer than Senju's. So Naruto thinks maybe he will be able to live longer than anyone. Then I will have more time to train and I will become more stronger. Then Naruto reads about what chakra is and how to control it. Then he sees a jutsu called Shadow Clone. Not the multi Shadow Clone, just Shadow Clone. Naruto tries it to 5 4 times. He was able to do it. And they were written out how you can gain experience from it. Then Naruto masters the Shadow Clone in few more hours of training using Shadow Clone quite easily. Then he will use 12 creates 200 shadow clones. 50 of them work on chakra control. 50 of them work on reading different books, more books in the library. Other 50 works on his taijutsu skills, and other 50 works on his kenjutsu skills because Naruto wants to learn all that he can. So that while the original works on his physical body, training, doing push-ups, sit-ups, he does that for a few hours, then he goes back to his home. He does that for near about when he's 5. He's doing that for 4 years. Now he's quite strong, much more stronger. His chakra reserves have also gotten a little bit more bigger what it was originally. Should be originally if he didn't train, but he did train. Physically he's quite strong. He can keep up with several of the tuning speed while they are running pretty fast. Naruto's physical strength is much more higher. Naruto has mastered chakra control on a pretty good extent. Now he can throw strong punches similar to what Sadara can. Sadara Uchiha, not as good as Sakura or Tsunade, nowhere that close, but Sadara level. And that's saying something. Naruto's chakra control is pretty well, and QB is still messing with his chakra, but he still managed to get that good because he's been training chakra control for an entire year, and he's getting 50 times more faster experience. And so, and Senju are naturally good at everything. So, yeah, Naruto is physically a lot more stronger. He sees a girl with white eyes that he easily says that she's an Hyuga being bullied. Naruto says to bullies, "Hey, back off." The bully says, "Oh, what are you gonna do, demon kid?" One of them decides to attack him, but Naruto vanishes and punches that guy in the stomach, making him spit out blood, then punches him in the nose, breaking it. Then he grabs the other one's arm and hits him in the rib, cracking it. And I look at the other one. Take your friends and leave, or you will be joining them. He will just leave them and run and say, I will talk to our parents about this. Then Arthur would look back at the girl with white eyes and say, you're in Hyuga, aren't you? Why didn't you fight back? You could have easily fought them with your Byakugan, because you already have work on it. She was like, yeah, Naruto say, I am Naruto Uzumaki, and you are? You say, Hinata Senju. Then Naruto said, okay, then I'm leaving. Naruto runs off. When Naruto runs off, Hinata's servant or bodyguard comes to take Hinata away. Naruto has pretty good sensory ninja, so not as close to carving, but he's getting there. He's also has focused on his affinities, chakra natures. He is earth, water, and wind, and in yin and yang. His yang part is much higher than his yang part. So he wants to focus on that as well, but he's not focusing on it right now because he wants to physically as strong as he can get. He wears weights now, not the weights that Lee wears, but a little bit heavier, similar to what just a little bit of weight that his body can handle because he's still 5 years old. They're just to naturally build up his strength. And so, in a month, Naruto thinks he has to go to the academy. So, Naruto goes to the Namikaze compound and takes out a chakra paper and looks to his affinities. And to his surprise, he has three affinities: earth, water, and wind. Then Naruto remembers several earth and water jutsu and wind jutsu he learns, and a way to practice their chakra natures. Naruto creates 150 shadow clones, and he tells 50 of them to work on wind, 50 of them to work on water, 50 of them to work on earth. And so he does that for an entire month. Whenever he goes outside his Namakaze compound or his own normal home, the shadow clones are still doing the training because Naruto has more chakra. He can keep them up for a very long time. And so Naruto has got a lot more strong. He has mastered all three affinities, does all the chakra control exercise required to use the affinities. When mastering those affinities as high point as he can. Then he starts learning jutsus. He learns wind bullet, vacuum bullet, gale palm. That's for wind style. And then water style. He learns water bullet, uh, water bower, and hmm, water cannon. It's a much bigger version of a water bullet. And he learns earth bullet, earth wall, and earth dome, and mud wall. He learns these jutsus. He's quite strong now. His chakra control is at level of Sakura Haruno before the Chunin exam, while she learned chakra control exercises. So, and he can already throw chakra enhanced fists similar to Sadra can, as I said before. And so Naruto goes towards academy. For a week, everyone is still giving him glares. He has made two friends, Shikamaru Nara and Choji. Uh, Ikamichi? Yeah, Ikamichi. And so after a week, they get a training exercise or fighting exercise, whatever you may call it, where Naruto fights Sasuke Uchiha for the first time. Naruto wears all black with some tint of red in it, and Naruto proudly shows his symbol of his clan, Uzumaki. He has already mastered or learned how to use chakra chains, but he hasn't mastered them yet. Ruka says fight. Naruto runs towards Sasuke on a blinding speed and punches Sasuke with a little bit of chakra enhanced. Not chakra enhanced, just normal punch. And that takes the wind out of Sasuke. Then Naruto kicks Sasuke in the face, knocking him out, and Sasuke falls back out of the ring. Everyone is shocked, including Uruka, because the speed Naruto shows was much more higher than even Sasuke Uchiha, who was supposed to be a pedagogy or a genius. I can't say the word pedagogy, so I'll just say genius. That he was a genius. I'm gonna call Sasuke genius because I can't speak pedagogy or whatever the word is. I just can't speak it. So what that makes Naruto? Haruka would think Sakura and all the family says you cheated, you cheated. Sakura would try to run up to Naruto and punch him. Naruto would run up towards Sakura and slap her. And Naruto says, "If I can cheat in taijutsu fight, then maybe you all are just a bunch of weaklings, or I'm just a shinobi." I think that's what ninja do, if I remember correctly. We cheat, we steal, we do everything we can to complete the mission. So even if I cheated, it won't count. It means I am a ninja. That's what ninjas do. He will say that to Sakura and leave. Because Sakura was kind of so shocked, like she will say, "You can't do that. I'm a girl. You can't hit me." Naruto will run up towards her again and backhand her once again. So if you think that I can't hit you because you're a girl, you should just give up being a ninja. You're disgrace to a Konoichi. he would say that to Sakura pretty harshly and coldly, and then ev- every other fight will go to the same. This didn't hit Sakura so hard because Naruto said that she didn't care about Naruto, she cared about Sasuke. And so now we cut to the 3 years graduation exam. Naruto is at the top of everything, even in book smarts, taijutsu, shuriken jutsu, ninjutsu. Because once Sasuke and Naruto were fighting, Sasuke used fireball, Naruto used water bullet that disperse. No, Naruto uses the earth wall and uses the earth wall's cover to go underground and come behind Sasuke and punch Sasuke in the back of his head, knocking him out. Sasuke hasn't won a single match against Naruto, not even a single one. And so, the graduation exam, Naruto uses the shadow clone Jutsu, except for a normal clone, Naruto passes easily. Mitsuki still comes up to him and tells him that you need to do that to pass to go steal the scroll of sealing. You have completed the first task. The second task is about the stealth and all that. Naruto would know. Naruto knows that he's lying. He can clearly see that very well. And so, but Naruto would still go because he has trained a lot. The past 3 years, Naruto has mastered chakra control, and he has also gained lightning affinity, and he has also learned wood style. He knows how to use wood clone, wood pole, and several other wood jutsus. And he doesn't need to use hand sign while using wood style. He just has to put his hand together because he has access to scrolls of Hashirama Senju himself. Minato copied Hashirama's scroll just in case if someone in the family had wood style. So Naruto is also good with kenjutsu, swordsmanship, and also the sealing jutsu. Naruto is a level 6 sealer. He knows how to create a seal to suppress someone's chakra, a normal suppression seal, and how to make a storage seal. He has storage seal all over his clothes because he's wear black so no one else can see it except for someone with like Sharingan, and Sasuke hasn't awoken it yet. Even if Sasuke lost, Sasuke doesn't know that he already awoken it. He never knew how to use it. So there's that. Kind of awoken it while his clan got massacred. So yeah, there's that. And so Sasuke is a little bit more stronger because he wants to catch up to Naruto that he can't seem to no matter how much he trains. Sasuke doesn't train too much because he still thinks that he's a genius, but the reality is hitting Sasuke slowly, but not as fast as it should be. But whatever, because Sasuke still thinks that if he awakens his Sharingan, Naruto will be nothing but a loser. And so that happens. Naruto also has mastered his chakra chains. He has learned wood style much well. His sensory ninjutsu is greater than Karin's. His genjutsu is not at the same level as Kurenai, but it's getting there because he's only tuning, high tuning at genjutsu because he doesn't uses too much genjutsu yet. And so Naruto goes steal the scrolls quite easily. He's pretty good at stealth thanks to the scrolls Minato had. He has pretty much access to taijutsu scrolls, several taijutsu scrolls, ninjutsu scrolls, and genjutsu scrolls and kenjutsu scrolls. And Naruto has awoken his fourth affinity, that's lightning. He's training it right now. He hasn't learned any single lightning jutsu yet, but he has the lightning affinity now, and he has trained it to the max in 3 years because he can create shadow clones to increase the how fast he can, do things, and he always trains. And so Naruto goes steal the scroll, goes to the same place as the original, learns multi shadow clone, learns more wood style, because he has photographic memory, something similar to not quite photographic, but much better memory than normal shinobi would have. And so he learns the multi-shadow clone jutsu. He remembers several wood jutsu and water technique that the second Hokage had, where he takes the water from air moisture around him, and also genjutsu called the bringer of darkness. And also the thunder god, the first thunder god, not his father's perfected version that he already had. He already created his own Shiki formula, or the formula required to teleport to that place, but he hasn't started training it yet. Well, he wants to perfect everything else before that. Mainly, he wants to perfect his lightning affinity before that, because his father saw Raikage use the lightning armor, so his father was working on making his own lightning armor. Because Minato has fire release, wind release, lightning release, and yin and yang release, while Kushina has wind release and water release and yang release. And so Naruto has already mastered his lightning affinity training. He just need to start doing learning lightning jutsus. And so mainly Naruto wants to learn the lightning armor because it's incredible. It can increase your strength, speed, and perception speed. And so that happens. Uruka still comes first, asks Naruto about it. Naruto says that Mizuki sensei said to steal the scroll of sealing. That's the second part of the exam. Uruka like, no, Naruto, he's lying. As soon as Uruka says that Kuna is come and Uruka gets still stuck towards a tree, then Mizuki throws the demon will shuriken. Uzuka was about to jump in. Naruto simply just catches the demon wind shuriken. He runs forward and catches the demon wind shuriken. And then Naruto forms the hand seal of the multi-shadow clone jutsu, creates about 500 shadow clones. All of them had a demon wind shuriken. No, scratch that. They're just shadow clones. Naruto runs toward Mizuki with blinding speeds and uses chakra enhanced punches, kicks to break almost break every single bone in Mizuki's body and instantaneously killing him. Mizuki is dead now. Ruka is shocked that Naruto kind of killed him, but he thinks that Naruto was just beating the shit out of him and he died. Naruto says, "Oh, so it was my first kill. Good. I didn't feel too bad about it." Ruka would just look at Naruto with blank stare and says, "Whatever." Then Ambu would come, take the scroll of sealing, take Uruka, Naruto, and say Naruto that Hokage is calling for you. Go to the Hokage office. Naruto would nod and use body flicker. Yes, Naruto knows the body flicker. All the scrolls Minato has. Some of the Anbu are shocked, including Uruka, because Naruto just used body flicker. Naruto arrives at the office. Horizon is shocked that Naruto knows the body flicker. Horizon asked, "How did you, Naruto? How do you know the what you call the body flicker?" Naruto would say, Naruto Uzumaki, Naruto Senju, or Naruto Namikaze. Horizon is shocked, like, how did you know? He doesn't just know that his father is Minato Namikaze and the fourth Hokage, he knows that he was a Senju. How? Naruto says, "That's for me not to tell and you to figure out. They call you professor, right, old man? You try to figure out." And then Naruto would leave. Hiruzen didn't stop him and didn't talk about the original thing that he called Naruto for, because Hiruzen was thinking as fast as he can to think, how could Naruto know all that? Then it will click in Hiruzen. Didn't Minato put his some chakra into it or some information thing that allowed him to contact Naruto after death? I don't know. That kid was too skilled. Truly was a genius, Hiruzen would say. And then Naruto would go home and he takes out a scroll that his father has. Then it was a storage scroll. Then he releases it, and there was a short sword there. Naruto picks it up and straps it to his back. And says, "All the time learning Kenjutsu will now come in handy." The next day, Naruto goes to the academy too because the next day there was the teams are going to be assigned. Everything goes the same. Kakashi still comes late, but this time there was no prank. Naruto was just practicing chakra control, and Naruto's clones are still at the Namakaze compound, learning new jutsus, learning few lightning jutsu because Naruto wanted to learn it. So, with 200 shadow clones practicing lightning jutsu, yeah, he will be pretty good at it. The next day, Kakashi asks, "What are your goals?" Sakura would say, "My goal is look at Sasuke. I like Sasuke, and say, I hate Naruto because Naruto kind of hit her. At the same time, he hit Sasuke pretty bad." And Sasuke would say, "I will kill a certain someone and beat a certain someone." And then he will say while looking at Naruto because Naruto is the rookie of the year. And so, if you're wondering why Naruto is just still on the same team, because QB, Kakashi Sharingan, Sasuke Sharingan, Kakashi Sharingan, Sakura, well, I have nothing to say about it. She's trash. They needed to put a garbage can somewhere. And so Naruto would say, "My goal is to be the strongest ninja." Kakashi would say, "You mean Hokage?" Naruto said, "Nah, just the strongest ninja. Maybe Hokage, maybe not, who knows." So Kakashi would nod, and Kakashi would say, "Meet me tomorrow at 7 a.m. sharp, and do not eat on training ground 7. Meet me on the training ground 7 and do not eat." Everyone would nod and leave. Naruto would use body flicker to leave. Sasuke would check like, how did he know that body flicker? Sakura was too focused on Sasuke to notice Naruto leave because Naruto has a habit of suppressing his chakra as much he can. It's kind of a good training of controlling his chakra because he's a sensei ninja. He can also see how much chakra he's suppressing because right now he has 3 times more chakra than the third Hokage. Because he's also in Senju and Uzumaki, so yeah, he's a chakra monster. And at the same time, he's also a Jinchuriki, so there's that. Jinchuriki have large chakra reserves, and yeah. And so Naruto would go back home, eat, do his more physical training. Naruto keeps on doing the physical training. He wears weights, a little bit lighter than Lee's weights, but he also wears them on legs, hands, and chest to weigh him down as much he can because he can see that Senju and Uzumaki genes have a strong body, so he wants to make his body as strong as he can. Sometimes he creates 4 wood clones to take an iron pipe and hit him on his muscles or weak points on his body so he can get used to the pain and make his body more durable. That's his way of kind of making himself more durable. And it also increases his pain tolerance. So there's that. It's a plus plus. So Naruto's body is quite durable, much more durable than original, much more. And so Naruto practices more about the lightning jutsus, and so I won't be going into the bell test because there's only few minutes left, 6 minutes before the 40 minutes happen. So I'll just go into what he is trained in. Naruto has mastered his lightning affinity. He doesn't know any jutsus of lightning yet, but he has mastered it. And he knows several earth style, water style, and wind style jutsu. And Naruto has mastered his chakra chains, and he has also mastered the wood style. He can create wood clones, are of course much better thing than a shadow clone. But Naruto still prefer using shadow clones for training because wood clones kind of take a little more chakra to create. And Naruto has worked on his flying thunder god, his father's flying thunder god a little. He already created the formula and tried it few times, but he hasn't start training on it because first he wants to train on genjutsu and all that stuff. All of Naruto's affinities are at maximum trained as someone can train, and because Minato did train his abilities to the peak, so he did wrote methods down for Naruto to train to get his affinity to that level, and Naruto did, including his lightning affinity. He might doesn't know any jutsus for lightning yet, but still he has mastered it pretty well. In return, he can break a stone by just passing lightning chakra through it. And so Naruto has already done the leaf cutting exercise for wind chakra nature. Naruto's yang affinity is much higher than his yang affinity. Yin and yang. Yang affinity is much higher than yang affinity. White one is more higher than the dark one. Damn it. And so Naruto already knows that he's a Jinchuriki because he felt the presence of the QB and he was told that he is a Jinchuriki by Minato. He kind of doesn't hate the villagers. At the same time, he doesn't hold any love for them as well. And he will fight to protect Konoha, but he doesn't actually love the villagers, except for a few people like Ramen Guy's daughter, Lord Hokage, just these three for now. And Kiba has also joined Naruto's friend group, and Shikamaru and Choji. And Ino. Naruto talks to Ino sometimes, not that much. And so that happens. And this will be the end of this video. I'm gonna record the second part right now. This was a What If Naruto was a Senju first part. Like and subscribe.